Eagle Eye Football here with the chairman. Palace 0, Tottenham 4, here with Rich. Where did it all go wrong?
It all went wrong second half. Look, first off, I think first 15 minutes were a bit slow. Then we grew into the game and we dominated. I had a great chance. Good save from Luis. It was only at half time when I saw the replay where he could have slipped Elise in. But as a striker, when you're there, you're just thinking of having that shot, you know. And there was loads of half chances. I know Elise had one deflected, went wide and stuff. Loads of half chances. I thought to myself, if we come out with that same intensity second half, I think we'll go and win the game. We didn't. We absolutely didn't. And when you look at the goals, there was warning signs in the first half, and especially early in the second half, where a ball went cross-field to Doherty, and at the time thinking, lucky it's Doherty, he ends up scoring. But their fullbacks had acres of space. And it was just, for me personally, I know like a lot of the fullbacks are getting a lot of stick, but our wingers weren't tracking. Wilf or Elise weren't tracking. Because what obviously happened is Son tucked in, and who was the other? And Brian Gill. They tucked in close when Kane dropped deep. So it meant that our fullbacks, Klein and Wardy, were narrow, and all the space was on the outside, and our wingers needed to track them.
Do you think in the going back to the first half where we sort of played a bit okay, about 20 minutes, do you think the warning signs were there? Because obviously coming towards the home style, their right back, our left side, had acres of space continuously, but we didn't really seem to learn, and Wall was out of position so much for the whole of the first. I think didn't learn our lesson.
Yeah, there were a few instances where we got away with it. Their delivery in the first half weren't great, and to be fair, we defended well as well. We looked tighter of a unit in the first half. I think this is where you can look at the gaffer. I'm not going to fully blame because I just think our intensity dropped, but we needed to stop their outlet. That was the only way they were scoring, and that's how their first two goals literally came from width. You know, obviously after we went 2-0 down, and you know, fair play to Kane, that second goal was unbelievable. Like, it's a proper striker's finish. And then we're obviously chasing the game, which is going to leave gaps, but we prevent the first goal going in through just working harder. I think we win the game, and I would have taken a 2-0, but 4, it's frustrating. It's so frustrating.
If we go to the start of the second half, for the first 2 minutes, we were encamped in the box. Ayew got through, really should have had a shot different. Then Ward had a shot, we had a couple of corners, and then all of a sudden, we capitulated. Why do you think that was?
Complacency. I would definitely say complacency, and a lack of belief. Because, you know, we're not the sort of side that's going to create 5, 6, 7 chances and score every time, you know. We don't have a mad goal scoring record. If we don't take our chances, it's like, uh-oh. And I think that's what's happened. It's not an excuse. We should be doing better. We should be taking our chances. But one thing we shouldn't be doing is giving up. And that's what I thought happened. And that's the most frustrating bit about it. You know?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think everyone would be shocked by, and probably Vieira would be shocked by the way we capitulate in the second half. I mean, we've been listening to other people talk. Do you think they're overacting, or do you think we're actually in a relegation battle?
No, I wouldn't say a relegation battle. At the end of the day, we knew that these 5 games were going to be tough. I think today's game was one of the games where we thought, okay, maybe we could nick something and such. However, if we didn't, and we played well, no one would have minded. Because Tottenham are a decent side, we have to be honest. They've got ample money to spend. And we're not on their level in that aspect. But it's literally, like I've said, it's just the fact that we capitulated, and badly, because they were there for the taking.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I don't think we're in a relegation battle. I think it is Tottenham. It's not like we lost 4-0 home to Southampton or something. That would be a real disaster. But obviously, from Vieira's point of view, going down. So obviously, what do you think we need in the transfer market? Yeah, only allowed 2 players though. He's not going to spend it. I think he's realised that. But what is our absolute priority positions?
Centre midfield. See, at first I was saying another left back, and I think we do, but I don't know if we do need a striker. And it's not because I don't like Edouard, because I feel like he's had a decent season when he started. But we need a different type of striker. All our strikers come deep. We have no one that goes in behind. You know, we're not going to get 3 players in the window though. I don't think we will, and we're not going to get 3 players of the quality that we need to push. Vieira, you've been hearing him saying we need players. We need players. He's going to keep saying it, and if we don't get it, one of 2 things is going to happen. He's going to walk or he'll get sacked because he's going to complain about it. You know.
Okay. Well, we think that he's probably going to get 2 loan players in. That's what Parish is intimating anyway. Obviously, the money's not there at the moment for obvious reasons. So if you had to pick 2 positions, you had to strengthen. Which ones would they be?
Centre mid and left back. Would have to just trust Edouard, you know, until the end of the season, you know. But Mitchell, who's not having the best of seasons, is out, and we're having to rely on Wardy. And we definitely need someone as cover to play with Decore because slapping it, man. He played well against Bournemouth, but this is it. This is where the real test is, and yeah, it weren't good.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I just want to pick up a little point actually before we close off. Stubb had a poor game today. I think we all agreed that. And just before he got sent off, I think he just gave up himself. But was it the right decision to bring Mateta on then, or really should he have put Luca or probably Hughes on and just try and shore it up a bit? Did leave ourselves wide open?
Good point. But I feel like I'm glad he tried to go for it. Because I know our fan base is mad as it is at times. Had he just settled for a 2-0, you're like, why are you not going for it? Sort of thing. I just think we just made defensive mistakes. I mean, the 3rd goal, like Gay, like he's just lost the track of the flight of the ball. It's actually just defensive errors as opposed to like, because even though we were like 2-0 down and 3-0 down, we still created chances. Exactly, yeah. That's how crazy it is. And our finishing was terrible. You know, so. Yeah,
I agree. I thought when we went 2-0 down, not when we were 1-0, we went 2-0 down, I thought we looked like we just felt sorry for ourselves and just gave up.
Yeah.
But, you know, if there's a bit of deja vu here, a couple of years ago we went down to Bournemouth and we won 2-0 with Dan and Benteke scoring, and everyone was so excited about it, came at home, played Sunderland, 4-0 down at half-time. So I wouldn't get too downhearted about it. We have got a run of 4 more games, but then we've got a run of OK games. So as long as we get somebody in by the end of January, or more than somebody, probably 2 people, we should be OK. So last question, if you had to pick a man in the match for our side, which is going to be very hard after a 4-0 drubbing, who would you give it to and why?
See, the why is the difficult bit. I'm going to only go and base this off the first half. Decore. And even he was misplacing passes today. But he's the only one that just with a bit of bite, you know. So yeah. Yeah,
I totally agree with you. I think Decore was the better player. I mean, if I was to say anything about this game, you can't leave Harry Kane on his own in the box, surely not, can you? I mean, in Son, he's having a poor season. Twice, actually, he missed 2 chances before he scored. He scored. But Rich, at the Palace.
Up the Palace.
Hello, man.
There you go.
How you doing, man? Oh.